Christmas season! Hooray! A time to make merry with loved ones, a time to give thanks, and a time to be a blessing. May your holiday season be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments. From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlantic Television Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of amazing experiences. Cheers to a beautiful year end.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
She said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas season! Hooray! A time to make merry with loved ones, a time to give thanks, and a time to be a blessing. May your holiday season be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments. From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlantic Television Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of amazing experiences. Cheers to a beautiful year end.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
She said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
It's Christmas season! Hooray! A time to make merry with loved ones, a time to give thanks, and a time to be a From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlantic Television Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of amazing experiences. Cheers to a beautiful year end.
Welcome back to Atlantic Television Network. Open conversation, everyone. Now, it's Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas once again. But let's quickly welcome a development expert, the convener for Rivers Emancipation Movement, a socio-political analyst, a lecturer with Captain Edechi Amadi University. That's none other than Zoe Solomon Tamnotoye. Good to have you on this Christmas Day special open conversation.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, Nigerians. So straight away we go into the stories of the day, and before we go in, I'd like to say my own Merry Christmas to you. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Ezewolwike, while speaking at a Thanksgiving ceremony organized for the immediate past River State Commissioner for Works, Mr. George Kelly Alabo, on Sunday, said he did not invite President Bola Tinubu to intervene in the political crisis in River State, following the rift between himself and Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Addressing the congregation during the event, Wike said, and I quote, "If you go and pull the ladder you used to climb up, when you are coming down, if the ladder is pulled down, I don't know how you will come down. We must thank Mr. President for intervening and interfering, but I was not the one who invited Mr. President. You people are the ones. The President has now intervened. He has no constitutional power. You are the ones who said that the President should intervene, and the President has intervened to bring peace. You now turned around to say he does not have the constitutional power. No matter what circumstances, if the President invites me to a meeting and tells me to do something, within 24 hours, I will carry it out, because not only as President, I have subjected myself to the peace process." Speaking further, the former Rivers State governor said some of it can be resolved if and when the President acts like a statesman and the President of all Nigerians. He insisted that Mr. President would have violated this sacred role if he acted in such a way and manner that gave an unconstitutional advantage to his political party, the APC, and an individual political godfather. This is the scenario the enforceable agreement reached at the instance of Mr. President purports to foster. So, Uche Secondu is coming in after hearing some Wike's statements yesterday in a church in Port Harcourt. Uche Secondu is saying that if the President has acted in a manner that gives his party the upper hand, it is unconstitutional. He called the agreement an enforceable agreement. So see, these are the words that are sticking out for me. Now, we're going to come to the small matter of the former governor also putting out a disclaimer. Right, but like I said, there are a few words that stick out to me. Mm-hmm. One, enforceable agreement. Two, undue advantage to Mr. President's party. So, when you look at the agreement that was...
And as far as the presidential meeting is concerned, is an interference, not an intervention. Is an interference with an intention to ambush the governor, is an interference with an intention to ambush the governor and impose certain conditions on him for the advantage of the president and his party, okay, against the interests of the governor and the people of Rivers State. That is just the fact. But let's bring it down to Wike. Now, the question to ask, with the statement Wike has made, the question to ask here is, unfortunately, Rivers people rose and stood with the governor, and lawyers, the likes of Femi Falana, the likes of Okocha. You know, we said that in this studio, even before these prominent people intervened. And then,
you said Okocha?
Yes, all these people came up.
Which of the Okocha now?
Yes, OCJ Okocha.
He did what?
All these people came out to interpret the law. Yes, they interpret the president to tell his godfather to intervene. So as far as this issue is concerned,
hold on.
Yes, Tinubu has acted as a godfather.
So Tinubu is now Wike's godfather.
Godfather, and is protecting him to get Rivers State. Mind you, Governor Wike, when he was governor, said that Rivers State is PDP and PDP is Rivers State.
All right,
now he's taking PDP to APC. What is his interest? His interest, the interest of Rivers people? That's the question for Wike to answer.
Let's go back to that church service yesterday, because a lot played out. And part of the things that played out is when he said, they say, I want to destroy Rivers State, basically. And he said, no. When I was the governor, I was in the only opposition, the only person who fought the president. I never went to see the president. Will come that
the resolution came out. The first thing that should come to Wike's mind is, what is the interest of Rivers people in this resolution? He can also, the president is not a lawyer to the best of my knowledge, but Wike is a lawyer, a life bencher. He can call the president attention to say, Your Excellency, I'm sorry, sir, you don't have constitutional role in this thing. You can only advise us what to do. And from this, your resolution given to our governor, what is the interest of Rivers people? This is what we call character. This is what we call obeying the law. So Mr. Wike so far has acted as a man of non-character, which he has always claimed.
Now, you know, let's look at the issues. The issue here is whether we like it or not, a resolution was drawn up, has been signed. Interestingly, the Rivers State government has not put out a statement, like you pointed out earlier today, based on resolution. The government has been signed. I have reached a few of
the commissioner. The commissioner didn't come out to say yes, he signed, but that was it.
The government house correspondence, and they said nothing has been said. There's no statement. There's silence on it. Now, not publicly to say that this action by Mr. President is unconstitutional. But the question now is, on what basis is it being
talking about enforcing that they are enforceable?
On what basis is it being even considered as a legal document that is binding in any way? On what
university chancellors also. So any document that is not signed with a red pen by the governor is outside the law. And again, that resolution came not as the president acting under the constitution of the under the powers of the constitution. He was acting as a political person. In fact, what their intention in that meeting was to bring Fubara in. They wanted Fubara to move over to APC, a man who have won election on PDP. Okay, so the governor is not bound to execute those resolutions. And that's why people like us, the Rivers Emancipation Movement, we have met two sons, we are discussing with them, we are going to file, stopping the governor from carrying out those actions and suing the president for imposing such this thing. Is that what, is it our benefit for giving him Rivers vote to impose his political, his party interest on Rivers people? Is that what with Rivers?
Now can be classified as an interference coming from the FCT minister directly. One now begins the accept the 27 lawmakers, commissioners who resigned voluntarily without compulsion, and then that the budget 2023 full budget will have to be resubmitted to the assembly, and then then he has to withdraw all the court cases he has. The state has against the lawmakers or the FCT minister. Fubara didn't do that because his counsel, as at Thursday or Friday, was in court and he said, no, I don't have a mandate of my client to withdraw the case. With all of this playing out, if we can quickly call for the video, please. With all of this playing out, I just want us to listen to the youths right now. Maybe someone can help us send a message to the president to maybe have a rethink, maybe, but let's get to look at that real quick.
Anybody to subvert the will of Rivers people. So I want to call the governor, don't be under any pressure by anybody, We want to call on the governor, no, the presentation of the second budget to purported members of the House of Assembly. We have one speaker recognized by law, Right Honorable Edison here. And as much, the seat of the 27 lawmakers is vacant. We want to call on the governor. We don't know what you are doing. As our people, we voted for you, and you must listen to us. Tinubu is not from Rivers State. Tinubu is not from Rivers. And as much, His Excellency, please, we beg you in the name of God, don't listen to anybody, any attempt to recall anybody as commissioner who occupy government. Thank you and God bless you. We get your day, make we day our day. We get your day, nobody worry nobody. We get your day.
From the line across the ocean to the land.
this picture. Cases, a sitting president is being sued for what can be clearly seen if you listen to the youths. Wicked day your day.
Yes.
And their speaker is Edison.
Yes.
And not Martin Amiwili. Of Christians.
A former governor has for the pulpit. Remember, this same governor have stood on a pulpit and announced thunder fire on a particular tribe in Rivers State. Remember, he has been on a pulpit and said, I will not win a fight, but I will make Rivers State ungovernable for you. So standing on the pulpit to make statements and nothing for Wike, I don't know how much respect he has for the pulpit. This is the same pulpit he ran to in 2015 during the court cases against him. I remember he was coming to church in Salvation Ministry every day to come and sit down with the man of God. But that's not the case. The point here is that they are not enforceable. Now, if you look at the video you just showed, okay, you will see that Rivers people know what they are doing. They are not just in support of the governor. Rivers people will support you for the right thing. Okay? Now, if the governor is going against their interests, the governor to go back and you put orders on him to recall people who voluntarily resign from his office. In fact, those commissioners, did they have conscience to come back? Where is their integrity? And even if they come back, how will they sit down in that executive council to have a meeting to run the state with the governor, the same governor they have embarrassed for no just cause? See, the governor, I don't know what's the mind of this governor. I have never loved Sim, not on a personal basis, but because of the process that brought him to power. Because I believe if riverine people, they just are allowed in River State to choose a leader, it will not be Sim. But the man has come up, until you give people opportunity, you may never know who they are. This man has come up, he is so loyal, he is so humble. The Rivers in Macedonia.
Hold on. I would have you cast your mind back to October.
Very good.
2020.
Yes, see, the Rivers Emancipation Movement, we are doing a very strong underground movement. See, we are going to occupy River States. This crowd you're seeing is just a tip of the iceberg. You will see Rivers people in their numbers. We are going to occupy every government house, from the secretariat to government house to every council in the local government. We are going to occupy them. We will make sure nothing happens or nothing go ahead. We will bring down the economy until the president allow our governor, who we have elected, who we have confidence and trust in, to lead River State and lead River State aright. Until he does that, for him to enforce that in River State, he will have to kill all these youth first.
Well, everyone, it's Christmas Day. Let's hope it doesn't get to that, because, like I said, they now have their own song.
Let's Rivers people day their day.
Let's hope that peace reigns supreme in Rivers State. Now, the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, has told the chairman of local government and local council development authority, sacked during his first term of office, to desist from trying to destabilize the state. The governor maintained that the sacked chairman had used underhand methods and court processes to distract his government and hurt the people of the state, noting, however, that they would not succeed. He declared that the state government would now go after the embattled chairman lawfully to ensure that they account for their deeds. Speaking during an end-of-the-year media chat and responding to a question on the recent Ganishi order on state government accounts obtained by the sacked chairman, Governor Makinde said they were on a frolic of legal rascality. According to him, he declared that his government would not bow to pressure to pay the state's money into the wrong hands until all legal means were exhausted, insisting that his government was justified to sack the LG chairman because their election constitutionally recognized 33 local government areas as well as the LCDA, so that was the basis for our decision. I could have worked with anybody, but because they did something that was not in line with the Constitution, we decided that they had to go. There are two things here. Are you saying you on the same vein, you said that they did something against the Constitution and they were constitutionally elected? The question, which of them is it for Makinde? I honestly sometimes think that some of these people need to get to some point and realize that governance, it's not about them, but about the people. If these people were constitutionally elected and you're saying they should not destabilize the state, how exactly do you expect them not to destabilize the state if the local councils, if they are...
And being in charge, they think, is by removing constitutionally constituted authorities at the local level. They want to put their boys...
So I did the Constitution.
Yeah,
because
this
is exactly what has been playing out with the APC government for the past 8 years and 7 months. Is he the Constitution?
See, the APC
did they swear an
government...
oath to obey you and rule by the Constitution?
The APC government is not
He is not even an APC government. He was a successful entrepreneur and a PDP government.
Then think they are the law and they are above the law. Why will you sack, if he said according to his statement that these people are constitutionally elected, so why are you sacking them? That's one. Now, you sack them, he said they went to court. I believe they must have gotten judgment. That's why they are asking for, because they said they are garnishing an account. Okay? Now, a governor is saying that he is not going to pay them. You can say that, except if you have appealed. If there is an appeal. If there is no appeal, you don't have any right. Now you're saying you're not going to pay these people the money. Rather, you will use the money to fight them. What a governor? What kind of mind? Do you have conscience? These
To give thanks and a time to be a blessing. May your holiday season be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments. From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlantic Television Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of amazing experiences. Cheers to a beautiful year end.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. The POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the Tonte. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas season! Hooray! A time to make merry with loved ones, a time to give thanks, and a time to be a blessing. May your holiday season be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments. From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlantic Television Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of amazing experiences. Cheers to a beautiful...
All right, welcome back to Open Conversation, everyone. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission on Saturday issued certificates of return to 16 members elect for the Plateau State House of Assembly who were declared winners of the March 18 elections after the Court of Appeal nullified the election of those previously declared by INEC. Out of the 16 members elect, 15 are all Progressives Congress members, while one is a member of Labour Party. Meanwhile, Dr. Oliver Agundu, the Plateau State INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, while congratulating the lawmakers, said that the exercise fulfilled the directives of the appeal court directing the commission to issue certificates of return to them as the rightful winners of the elections. Chief Rufus Bature, APC State Chairman, said that the appeal court victory for the strengthening the electoral process and deepening Nigeria's democracy, as he cautioned the lawmakers against mockery of other political parties in the state and urged them to be magnanimous in victory. The interests of Plateau State will always remain the top priority. We are looking at democracy as being about ourselves and not about ourselves. My charge to the members is that we should look at Plateau as our starting point in whatever we are going to do. All right, I find this curious. Remember the governor's, the Supreme Court position for the governor of Plateau State, Mutuang, is still pending. The judgment was reversed. Was it that of Kano State?
Yes.
Now, these are all the members of the party that came on.
Merit, okay? But if they are the same issues that have returned these other people and removed the other people from office, then the governor is going to follow. However, the citizens of Plateau State must be law-abiding, okay? Because we are in a country of law. So when more judgments are given, okay, that's why I respect and congratulated the presidential candidate of Labour Party and
I was chuckling. In fact, you have spoken a few of the questions that I was going to ask on this. First of all, it appears that there is a trend that in any post-election matter or any election matter that involves the ruling APC.
I beg to quickly cut you off. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back to you, everyone.
Full year end.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
We condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister and the
the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you.
No matter how
him to do. It comes to a situation where
what do you expect him to do? Why?
At this point, his economic condition determines his conscience, not morality.
Wow.
And not what is just. Yes. Okay. And this goes to tell us what late Professor Pius Adesini, he said, our leaders has taken us to a place. They have moved us to a place. The economic condition they have placed us is such that we just do what they say. Okay?
Coming after the Court of Appeal affirmed the Election Petition Tribunal's judgment, removing Governor Abba Yusuf of the new Nigeria People's Party and declaring Dr. Nasiru Gawuna of the All Progressives Congress as winner on Thursday. In a statement made available to journalists on Sunday, the Vice Chairman of Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi Foundation, Sayyad Tijani, who is also one of the sons of the Islamic cleric, dismissed the letter. Speaking on behalf of his father, he said, "Life are calling to verify and to confirm the authenticity and the truth about the Dahiru Usman Bauchi. The letterhead is not the type used by Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi. The writers forged Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi, and today, Sheikh is not signing." Nigerians have had to study the Constitution. With the presidential election, we were reading the Nigerian Constitution and looking up previous related cases, similar cases, as though we're about to write jurisprudence examinations. But the truth here is, has the judiciary proven to be just so far so good. Between February and today, like they say.
I think I'll be able to answer this question. Right now, I'm doing a research. I'm investigating the judiciary for the last 24 years. You know, we've had 7 presidential election cycles, okay? And all of these 7 presidential election cycles